Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very interesting unboxing, something that came in from the Apex Pass Around. A vendor allowed us to check out a knife, so I'm very excited about this, and let's get into this. Today I'm opening it up with my Griffin Company Scout F3, and let's get into this box. Make sure I find all the points. Right here, I think. Alright, there we go. Okay, make sure there's no name on this here, so let's take this off to the side here. Alright. This looks like it was in another package that wasn't opened, so let's get into this. Alright, we'll throw this over here. Alright, so I don't know who it is. DRB. Alright, so let's take a look. Put my knife away over here. Alright, I don't know what this is. Let's see. Ooh, I think I know what this is. Is this the Tuya knives? No. This is the guy that makes the watches. Alright, wow. Alright, so the name of the knife and the manufacturer is right up here. This is one of those new ones that we had a chance to check out that was made, I believe it's a knife made. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that action. That's not bad. Let's see. Okay. Nice drop shut. That reverse. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Let's see. Can I get in here pretty easy? Let's see. Yes. Now, let's see. Okay. Just trying to see here. Yeah, I can get up there, no problem. Okay, nice polished satin finish here. That's almost a polished satin finish. Look at that. I don't know if that's hand rubbed. I don't think it is. This is a satin finish this way, and you got another finish this way, which is a polished kind of satin finish. Let's see, that edge is nice and sharp. It's a flat edge. It's got a nice little swedge, not a big swedge. Definitely allows you to navigate. Got a finger twirl. You can definitely choke up on that. Yeah, that's really nice. Here's the carbon fiber inlay. So I don't think this is a prototype. I think this is actual knife. If it is a prototype, I don't see it on there, but carbon fiber's not bad. You can see it's a little like manufacturing had been cleaned out, blown out, so that would probably be cleaned out there. But it looks pretty even all the way around. It's a little twill pattern on there. That's nice. Nice captive pivot. I like the design on there. Nice. Now look at that beautiful texturing on the titanium. That's really nice. That reminds me a little bit of like Kunwu stuff. Really nice quality. Nice deep pocket carry clip. Titanium there. It's got a little flexibility. Now let's go ahead and close that. So that's going to be about right there. You know what this is reminding me? Maybe more of a Megaron knife. You know, kind of had that Megaron feel to it. But really nice flipper. Let's see here. See. So the light switch works really well on that. Let's see the push button. Push button works too. All right. The reverse flick thumb hole is definitely more crisp. Let's see, where is that detent? So you clear the detent about right there. So that means when I drop this, I've got to be about right there before I'm clear. If I drop it right there, I'm not clear there yet. So you got to be careful. You get down too low, then you get the guillotine that comes down on your finger. So you just got to make sure you get down there. The detent is not as, it disengages a little further down. I'd like it to disengage up here, right where first you can feel the tip of the detent hit. That would be best for like a drop like that. Still works. If you got big fat meaty fingers, I got meaty fingers, so I'm having to really drop it low and catch it on the tip. Still works. Action's pretty good. It does drop shut. Look at that. Nice drop shut because it's a pretty big blade. Pretty thick blade. M390 blade steel. Nice finger twirl. Nice and soft and finished here. It's beautiful polish there. Nice polish there. It's a very thick blade. It's going to come to a nice tip. Like I said, it's sharp edge. Now, this is not a thin slicer, but it's definitely, feels like a workhorse kind of knife. It's got a nice feel to it. Beautifully rounded all the way around, which I like. Like Giant Mouse has these sharp lanyard holes that dig into my hand right there, and it just kills it for me. I can't do their knives because of that. If they would just fix that, that would be so much better. Because after a while, I get a blister when I carry their knives, and I don't like that. So to me, that was like a a deal breaker for me. So, okay, so we got to make sure no pressure on there. All right, so a little bit of pressure on the lock bar, and you're definitely gonna struggle to do a reverse left-handed flick. So you got to be careful. Either use the clip, or make sure you're up high, right? Then you're nice and clear. So, and is it sharp in there? No, it's not too sharp. It's been chamfered, but it's still enough that, yeah, it'll take a little nail after a while, but it's not bad. You can get your meat of your finger in there, and I like the fact that it goes down a little bit, so I can actually do, you know, the side part there. That works nice as well. Still nicely centered. Let's look at that detent if it comes in. Yeah, ready? Nice, clicky. No, any detent lash? Maybe a little bit. Let's see, is it any blade rock? A slight blade rock, so it might be loose. Now, we're not supposed to do anything with these knives. That's absolutely true, and I won't do anything to it. But if it's loose, I don't want it to come apart and then have a problem down the road, right? I don't want it to come apart and then the blade gets scratched or anything. So I'm going to just see if it's a little bit loose. We will just tighten it a little bit. This is a T8. Okay. See, just it's very slight. Yeah, that was better. So it was a little loose. If this was mine, I would take this apart, put a little Loctite on there probably. Probably check out the washers, see what size washers are in there. I do like that. Look at this, it's going to drop just nicely like that. It does flip well. I don't feel like I get the most leverage I could. It would be nice if that was a little bit higher. For that to be a little bit higher would mean that this, you would lose some of your finger choil, right? That would be the bummer about that. Yeah, so unfortunately, because of how it closes in here, if it could come in a little bit more where this was, here's, let's say here's a pivot and it was like this to the center where it was like that, that would give you a little more leverage. But as it is, this part is even with the pivot, so it doesn't feel like it gives you as much leverage. The light switch works pretty good, and the push button is really where you get, I think you get the most out of it. The push button works well here. Now, it is definitely not a super thin light blade, so you're definitely push putting something heavy. The middle finger reverse flick works really nicely. I like that a lot. That's really cool. That's really cool. All right. Good action. I like that. Again, very nice. Very nice. I do like the texturing on here. I like the chamfering all the way around. That's really nice. And let's look at these screws. I think these are all T8s. So we're going to just gently check that out. So if you're curious, here's my T8 screws, okay, or T8 bit. So let's see. Yeah, that's T8s. Definitely T8s. I already know that's a T8. I think this is probably, yeah, T6 on the steel bar insert over travel stop, and I believe it's an over travel stop. Let's just double check that. Where's the flashlight? Oh, here we go. Is there an over travel stop in there? Yep, there is. Over travel stop. I don't know if you can see that. Definitely an over travel stop, so that's nice. All right, it's definitely cage ceramic ball bearings. Yep, and I can see that for sure. All right, the jimping up here is really nice. Gives you a nice normal place to put for there. I have medium to medium large hands, so you can see I get the full 4 fingers for a large hand width-wise. If you have extra large, you're going to be kind of close to the edge. Double extra, you're going to be over the edge. But if you choke up and use the finger choil, you don't have like really gigantic meaty fingers, which I think there's plenty of room for there. Definitely an extra large, double extra large hands would have no problem with this. And then you can come up for a nice precision cut with a point right there. This looks a little bit like, reminds me of a conic shape, conic area type of blade shape, at least this part. If you just look at that, maybe not that top part, but you know, like that. So anyways, I think that's cool. Action is really nice and smooth. So, I mean, do I think, okay, I gotta make sure, gotta make sure I don't have any pressure on that. That's gonna be like, you know, it'll definitely lock it in there. A little bit of pressure, see, it's hard to overcome. Like that's fine, but just a little bit of pressure and it really locks it in there pretty well. So there you go. I do like the fact that I don't think I see, now there's the detent hole right there. Typically in some cheap, less expensive knives made in Asia, things like that, the detent hole gets exposed, and this is hidden pretty well. So I wonder who's the manufacturer on this. I got to tell you, my first impression, it feels a little bit, I want to say Megaron. At first I thought it'd be like Kunwu, but no, I think this has a feel of like Megaron. Like Megaron might be doing these knives. That's the feel that I'm getting here, all right? Let's see, in here, do we have weight? Yeah, we have some weight relief cutout in here on the inside. That does definitely take some weight out. You have the 3 little cutouts here, which is softened. It's not super sharp. It is kind of a bummer because sometimes that can be a pocket shredder, but not bad. Let's see, do we have any weight relief cutout on here? Yeah, we do. On this part of the scale there is. Then obviously where they put the inlay, it's going to be cut out so that could lay in there. And it's probably been glued in place. The clip is pretty thin. It's got a, fairly ramp. Now, this is, I don't know if you can see that. It's a little flat right there and smooth going in, so it'll be easy to go in, but coming out, it might catch in your pocket and could be potentially a pocket shredder. But this angle, this nice texture here, it goes in an angle, so going in and out, it's not perfectly perpendicular, so it's not going to be a shredder. It will maybe want to push it off sideways a little bit, which is fine, because when you're pulling out your knife out of your pocket, you don't tend to go straight up. Sometimes I'll pull it out like that, which goes along with the lines really well, see? So you know what? Let me try that real quick. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to put it in a pocket just to tell you how that feels. Goes in pocket pretty well. Yeah, it does grip. If you've got some thick jeans, that little part right there, I think, is definitely going to be a potential for grabbing your jeans. So, I mean, thinner pants will be fine. It's not a big deal. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I wish this was a little bit deeper. I see there's no lanyard hole, which I'm perfectly fine with. I know some of you people will not like that at all, but I am absolutely A-okay. I like the back spacer here, no standoffs. I do wish that could go a little bit higher. The blade ratio, they took pretty advantage of. Excuse me, they took pretty good advantage of it. The handle to blade ratio, and this nice shape, it's got a nice rounded shape, so when you're gripping it, you definitely feel it in your hand, and it's going to be comfortable. You're definitely going to get a good solid grip. It's going to go into the arch, the curve of your hand there, which is nice. That'll add a little extra comfort. Like I said, it's been chamfered all the way around. That's really nice. This is rounded. Yeah, it's a little sharp. I mean, it's not bad. It's nice and rounded, but it's still edgy right there, right? That could be softened just a little bit. I think if I'd recommend anything, maybe soften that. This is edgy over here. And this is one of those things where if they could just soften that a little bit, that might go a long way, especially if you're in here and after a while you dig in. I had another knife that I had that was really bad, and it didn't have anything to stop. It didn't have a travel stop there, but you see right here, everything goes up to here, but if I go over on this side, this edge is still going to dig in, and if I'm doing a really hard cut, it may rip me, right? So, just got to be aware of that, obviously. I mean, if you hold it really tight and you're not going to move it, you're okay, but if you're trying to cut something and you slip like that, or you're moving back and forth, after a while, that'll rip into your hands unless you have gloves on, so there's that. Which is not, I mean, am I describing a very likely scenario? No, probably very unlikely, but just something to keep in mind. The flipper works really nice, I think. I mean, like I said, it's not as strong. The D10 is not tuned specifically for a perfect flipper. I think it's more lightened up so you can take advantage of the reverse flick. The reverse flick has a really nice pop to it, right? Especially the right hand. The left hand's going to be a little more challenging because you've got to get the right leverage in there. And I think for that to really work, I really have to hold it up high up here like this. Then I can get a nice left reverse flick, which is nice. I can do the flipping a little bit better in the left hand for whatever reason. I don't know why that's the case. Let me try it over here. Maybe because my finger was on the lock bar. I don't know. Well, I did say the push button worked a little bit better if I can get it just right. Yeah, okay. There we go. What else? Oh yeah, let's look at the lock bar. It does have some cut off, so it's definitely some cut out. You definitely have some access. Nicely chamfered, not a radial cutout or chamfering, which to me is, man, there's a couple knives that I really like that wish they didn't have the radial chamfering. I mean, it just, or cutout, it just made the edge. What happens is this is radial, so typically, let's say here's your edge and here's your, let's say here's your edge and here's your edge. And if you chamfer it, what it means is like you cut a little bit of an angle like that so it's smoother. But radial means that it's got a kind of an angle. And some people think it's you can fit well in there. The problem is that chamfering comes up here and this becomes this little part right here, is very sharp, and so you're not able to press, unless you have really thin fingers, you're not going to get your finger perfectly into that radial cut. You might be more pressing against the edges over there, which is my case because I've got meaty fingers, right? And so a flat chamfering is much nicer for me and works much, much nicer and it's more comfortable. I do enjoy that a lot. All right, I like the twill pattern carbon fiber inlay. It's a nice little touch. It's not a bolster lock. I mean, you know, I guess could they do that over here? I guess, but that would probably add a lot of extra cost. I don't know what we're looking at for price here. If I know, I'll have it in the description down below. I'll for sure let you know. I don't know if there's even a description or a link for this yet, but if there are, I will definitely try to provide that for you. Very cool. First impression is really nice. I mean, you know, are there a few things I think could be improved? Absolutely, and I'd probably have a criticism for every knife, but man, I believe this is the company's first attempt at making a knife, and I like it. It's a nice aesthetic. Let's take some nice close look-ups at this. I like the shape of the blade with the handle. I love this texturing. This is really nice, really nice. And just a nice little accent with the twill pattern carbon fiber inlay. I think that's really, really nice. And I like the fact that these are T8s all the way around. That to me is really nice. I mean, T6, that one's okay. T8s here is really nice as well. I did check that, right? Let me confirm that. Yeah, T8s on the pocket clip as well, so that's nice. Very cool. Let's take a look at that right here. Get a nice look of that one. You can see the twill pattern. And let me go back to the other side, just make sure you got a good look at that. I'll get you up close on the blade. Here, can we get the focus? There we go. You can see that's a little polished satin there. I think that's nice. And let's look at that nice, you know what, let's focus in a little bit. So you can see that beautiful texturing on the handle. And there's the twill pattern inlay carbon fiber. And we can see our lockup right there. And we are at good, I'd say 30–40% lockup. Can we make sure we see that? I think we can. Make sure you get to see that. I think that's pretty good. Here we go. All right. Nice around here as well. Ooh, come on, focus. There we go. All right, and then, oh, did I do the back side? No, I didn't. All right. The clip, and then you can see where I'm talking about with the little ramp right there. That's nice, though. I think the milling is really nice. And then the back, there's a back spacer, which is, I think, is really nice. A little nice setting there. Nice jimping up here for, and it's enough. It's some good texture. You can get your finger on there pretty good. So I do like that. I think that's really cool. Very nice. That's a cool little knife. Okay, again, this is made by, and the name of the knife is, sorry I can't remember, because this is one of those knives that I think we got in our group, and it was, I'm not sure if this is a prototype or if this is a first, production run. I don't know, but I'm super honored to get a chance to check this out. Really nice. I'm very impressed with this, and I don't know what the price range will be. I don't know if we're looking at something they're going to sell for $200, $300, $400. I don't know. But I can tell you it's pretty nice. My first impression would be a knife like this probably should run. I could see something like this for, I don't know, $250, maybe $275, maybe $300. $300 would be kind of stretching it, I think, for what you're getting. I mean, it's really good quality, but yeah, I mean, we're going to get it, there's not a bolster. Clip could be a little more rounded, some other things. I think about $250 would be a fair price for something like this. There's a lot of good stuff about this knife, and the action is really fantastic. Don't know anything about the heat treat. I mean, if the heat treat's really fantastic, I mean, it could definitely drive this up to a beautiful, maybe a $300 price range. It could be very realistic for it. So there you go. Again, a really cool knife. Thank you to the vendor who allowed us to have a chance to check this out. I'm very appreciative. I'm sorry I didn't know who it was because I didn't know which box this was. I got a whole bunch in recently and don't know which was in what, and a bunch of different vendor knives. I'm really manufactured knives. Sorry, really appreciative of all you guys allowing us a chance to check this out. Very cool. All right, well, hey, if you found this content, again, this is a unboxing first impression. Review will be coming. We'll get into more details at that point. But if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows me to produce more content, do more things, and just allows the channel to grow. And I very much appreciate that. And if you've done all that, maybe consider hitting the notification button down below so you can be notified of future content when I'm able to drop those videos. And hey, thanks so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. And check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. You guys have a great day and a great week. Bye.